Another first impressions get ready with me, and this time we are going to be using the newest palette release from Nomad Cosmetics, and it's the Nomad Fetes De Provence palettes. Very excited to try this out. Originally, I didn't think I was gonna be a Nomad regular buyer at this point. I had picked up the Whistler Snow Lodge palette back in February, and I thought it was such a beautiful winter palette. I tried to convince myself I didn't need it, and then once I got it, I thought it was so beautiful, and I loved the formula of Nomad. I was a little bit iffy on trying them because of the whole controversy with the Shanghai palette, but I feel like they've grown, and I feel like they really did learn from their mistakes that I decided to give them a chance, and I fell in love with the formula. So when I saw this palette revealed, I thought it was such a stunning palette that I was like, this is going to be such a beautiful, not just summer palette, because yes, it was released in, I think, July. But I think this is going to be a really pretty palette to also use next spring, because it really gives me like spring summer vibes, and honestly this kind of transports me to the little town and little places that I went to back when I was in high school and I was able to go on a Europe tour, and we went to the outskirts of France, and that was the first place we went to, and this just gave me that nostalgic feeling that I really wanted to pick this up, but also because the color story is absolutely stunning. So this is what the front packaging looks like, and then on the back it has all of the shade names, and then when you open it up it has the same packaging on the inside, and also it doesn't have the shade names on the back of the palette. But it does come with this tissue insert, which I really do like because it's not plastic, and I think that this is recyclable paper, so I do like that they do that. And then it comes with a really beautiful mirror, and then when you open it up, it reveals this beautiful 15 pan eyeshadow palette. Look how gorgeous this color story is, you guys. I mean, when I actually got this in person, I'm like, this is one of the prettiest color stories that I've seen for spring summer releases. I think that they smashed it with this color story. It's just so beyond pretty, and I love the pastel tones, but you also get some deep rich mattes in here, and I'm just so excited. And then you have this full row of shimmers, and it looks absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to give you a close-up of the palette really quick. I am not going to try and butcher any of these names. I'm just really excited to get into this palette. I already primed my eyes with the ColourPop eyeshadow primer, and then I just used my ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil and Dewdrop, and then I set my eyes with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. So now we are going to dive into this palette. Okay, so we're going to jump into the palette, and I love that it's broken into like trios of looks, but for me, I do like building up looks and using about 4 mattes. Like 2 mattes is not really enough for me to create a look. I like using more than just one in the crease and one in the outer corner. Like I like using a defining shade as well. So I'm gonna use like the warm toned colors today, probably stick with like this color family here, but I also love like the lavender part of the palette is so freaking pretty, and I love the pink part too. It's just such a stunning palette. So the first shade I am going to jump into is this like beautiful golden mustardy shade, and it's called Mille de Lavande. Also, the little engravings of little imprints of designs are so freaking adorable. This one has a bumblebee in it. I mean, how freaking cute is that? I almost did not want to swatch the palette last night because I didn't want to mess up the imprints, but eventually I'm going to have to dip into the palette eventually, but they're just so cute. So I'm really excited to jump into this palette. Nomad's matte formula is incredibly easy and smooth to work with. Even though they have colorful mattes, they're not like intimidating colors to use. It's a very user-friendly formula, and I've kind of heard though that this palette is a little bit less smooth than her other palettes that she's done. Like the Whistler Snow Lodge palette, all those shades blend like butter and they're so easy to work with. So we'll see how this one performs, but so far I really like this shade. I wasn't sure if I was going to use this shade in this look because I thought it was going to be too bright of a yellow. Because you guys know I'm a warm tone bitch and I love using warm tones. But I wanted like more of like a peachy toned look today, but this is such a pretty color and it's actually a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be. So I think it's really pretty. So I wanted this to be kind of like a little bit of a chatty get ready with me as well, because I have some things coming up in August. Cannot believe it's August already, and today is August 9th, which is literally crazy. My birthday is in 10 days. 10 days, you guys. I'm going to be 34. Where is the time going? Like, do I look 34? Everybody thinks I look 20-something, so I don't know. It's a little bit weird to not look your age, and then when you tell people, they're like, they think you're in the Twilight Zone, but like, why would I lie about that? So, I don't know. Just crazy to me. So that is that first shade, and this is super duper pretty. So I really like how that performs so far. Very easy to apply. No issues whatsoever. Okay, and then for the defining shade, I'm going to use this like peachier color right here. And this one's called Calisones. I cannot speak French, so I'm just going to say the shade name. And I'm sorry if it's incorrect, but French is actually a very hard language to learn and also pronounce. I learned this from my voice teacher because I used to sing a lot of language pieces back in high school when I took voice lessons, and he said that French might be the hardest language to pronounce besides German, because German was hard as well, and I learned some German pieces as well, but French was very hard to pronounce. So just letting you guys know, it's not the easiest language. So anyway, I'm going to use that to define the crease, and it's just adding like a slight hint of peach, which is what I wanted it to do. I thought it was going to be a little bit more pigmented, but if you build it up, it pretty much becomes the color that you want it to be if you want it to be a little bit like brighter and a little bit darker. So I like that as well. So my birthday is coming up, but also this coming weekend, next Friday is my birthday, not this week. But this Sunday is also my friend's bridal shower, so I have to go to that on Sunday. But I'm also supposed to go to, my friend's getting married in November, and I'm one of her bridesmaids. I'm pretty sure I told you guys this before. But the bridal shower is Sunday. It's going to be pretty low key. I already have a dress picked out that I'm going to get from Lucky that literally will only cost me like $10. Like, it's insane how cheap it's going to be, because I think it's marked down to like, I don't know if it's marked down to $19 or $16, but when I checked the price of it, it's only going to be $13. And it's like this really pretty, super simple floral dress, and it fits so nicely. And my friend Becca is not very like extravagant. Everything that she's doing is going to be very low key and casual. So it's just like a little summer dress that's perfect to wear for this. So I'm excited to get that. I'm going to get it on Friday when I get paid. So for my outer corners, I'm going to use the shade Macarons. Macarons is obviously the easiest name to pronounce in here. But it's a really pretty, like, deeper, almost like reddish color. And I think it's going to be a really pretty defining shade. So I'm going to use that and put that on the outer corners. I actually need to pick up a little bit more. It's kind of like a pinky red. So I'm kind of creating like a sunset eye. But But this is turning out really pretty. I mean, again, their mattes are just so incredibly easy to work with. They just work. And they take like 2 seconds to apply. So yeah, I'm excited for that, but I also have to go over her house this week with her sister, because her sister is the maid of honor. She's not going to be there, but we're going to be setting up stuff for the bridal shower on Sunday. She said that she needs help putting the goodie bags together for everybody. I don't think it's going to take forever. I mean, I don't plan to be there longer than like an hour and a half, because then I have to get home and get ready to see my other friend. But I'm not sure if I'm going to see him on Thursday. I might see him on Friday instead. And then next week, I'm going to be busy with things for my birthday. So, of course, like, her bridal shower is the week before my birthday. But it's all right. Hopefully, I can do something fun for my birthday. I'm not going to really make it, like, a huge deal. But I do want to do something for my birthday this year, so it hasn't really been the same since my best friend passed away, so it's been a little bit more difficult to do things, do fun things for my birthday. But my other friends really stepped up last year, so I'm excited. So I'm just going to prime my lids with some glitter primer, and then we'll do the lid shade. Okay, so I put on the glitter primer. So for my lid shade, y'all know I had to go into the peachy shimmer first, so that's the shade I'm going to use today, and it's called Novities, I think. It's this really beautiful peachy color, and y'all know, of course, I had to use that. So it just swatched so pretty when I first swatched it last night. So, of course, that's the shade we're going to go into, and that is such a easy shimmer to use. Super pretty. I really like that. I heard that the shimmers were a little bit harder pressed in this palette, but this one's picking up beautifully and very smoothly, so I don't have any issues with that. I'm going to continue to use the palette probably this whole rest of the week to see what I think of it, but so far it's performing really beautifully. Like I said, very easy formula to use. So I didn't think I was going to get another palette from Nomad. There are a few brands that I would like to repurchase from, because like I've said, pretty much the only brand that I've been buying their palettes from for the past few months is ColourPop, and I've only been sticking to like one palette a month. But as you guys can see in my haul video, because that's going to be up before this, I kind of broke my rule in July. But I really am just probably not going to get any makeup in August. I'm going to try and save some money, but I did get some good money from work lately. I didn't really buy any makeup though, and all of the stuff that I'm showing you guys was before that money came in, but this is really like the only thing that I treated myself to was this palette, because it was on my list for a while. But so far, very easy palette to work with. I think it's so pretty so far. So I'm going to do my base really soon. I'm just going to clean up the eyeshadow, and then we'll come back and do my face. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up the eyeshadow a little bit. Honestly, this is giving me like kind of Natasha Denona Sunrise vibes with this look. It's a very similar color story to that. Or the shades that I used today are very similar to that palette. So if you already own that palette, I mean, this is a little bit different because it has purples in it, but so does the Natasha Denona Sunrise. So kind of interested in like seeing a side-by-side with those. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. So for my spray to prep my face, I'm just going to use the Do It setting spray from Fourth Ray Beauty. Y'all know I've been loving this. It's so hydrating. Literally a straight up dupe for the MAC Fix Plus Cucumber Spray. It's so good. It literally feels like Fix Plus. Not even joking. And then for my primer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin. This is just such a good primer. I think I've used up an entire one of the... well, I've definitely used up an entire one of this before. I can't remember if this is my second or my third. but literally like one of the smoothest primers I've ever owned. It just literally makes your skin feel like a baby's bottom. Like, that's why it's called baby skin. It's just amazing on the skin. It feels so good. Okay, and then for my foundation tinted moisturizer, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I just felt like using this one today because I haven't used it in a little while. And since I wasn't really wearing makeup again when I had COVID, I've been trying to work through my complexion products again because I was not wearing foundation really for like a week. So the first day I didn't wear makeup at all, and then like the second and third day I did do some filming, and then the fourth day I just couldn't film again at all. I just didn't want to. And then the fifth day I did do some filming, so yeah. I want a day like that again though. Like, now I'm gonna be kind of going nonstop, but I will have some downtime either Friday or Saturday night, so yeah. I'm probably gonna see my friend Friday. I don't know about Thursday. We will see. I already have to go to my friend's house to help with the goodie bags, so I'm just going to blend that out. Oh my god, I forgot how much I love this. I haven't used it in a couple of weeks. I used the Fenty Beauty Easy Skin Tint for work a couple of days ago, but I haven't worn this there. But again, this is just such an easy everyday product, so I wear this to work. I wear this on an everyday basis. It's just such a good tinted moisturizer. This is like the last complexion products I really picked up though. I haven't picked up any new complexion products since the Sephora VIB sale when I picked up this and the Rare Beauty. This is literally the Rare Beauty tinted moisturizer. This and the Valentino foundation, which I am in love with as well. I love both of these products. They're both just great. The only complexion product I'm really I have been interested in a few, but the one I really want to get, and I'm probably going to get it when it comes out, is the new Haus Labs foundation, because I am interested in a few other products from Sephora. Those are probably going to be the only other products that I pick up this month. Okay, I was going to use the Maybelline concealer, but I don't want something. This is kind of like a medium to full coverage concealer. So I'm just going to use my Trusty Dusty concealer. I love this concealer so much. I use this so much. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camel concealer. I love it. It's just such a good concealer. Ever since I repurchased it, I've been using it almost every day that I do like a more natural look, but I also use this for work too, because it's a hydrating concealer, but you can also build up the coverage, and it's just so nice. I'm actually really interested in trying their new Halo Glow filter, which like everybody is talking about is like a straight up dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. Oh, wow. Just getting Twitter notifications. So, yeah, I really want to try that, but there's also some products I'm interested in trying from Haus Labs. Even though, like, I was a pretty big buyer of her products before the relaunch. But there are some products that she's releasing now that I am interested in. I do want to get one of those highlighters. Even though, like, I tried to be on a no-buy for highlighters, I did kind of pick up a couple in the haul that I recently filmed, and I'm going to be using a new highlighter today as well. I picked up, like, 3 or 4 at least in that haul. But at least I did really good with blushes, and I only picked up 2 recently. I'm really just trying to be on, like, almost a little to no buy for blushes right now. And a no buy. Now I'm going to put myself on a no buy for highlighters, but I do really want to try one of those highlighters from the new House Labs launches, but they're $40 a piece. Like, that's as much as a Dior highlighter. So I don't know, but we will see. Somebody is calling me and it's spam. So I don't really know, but I do want to get one of those, but I really want to try her foundation as well. I think the foundation is going to be like $50, which again is pretty pricey. But I want to try that, and I also wanted to get one of the new La Matte lip crayons, and that's pretty much that, and the lip oils are the only two things that stayed from her original line. She just repackaged them, but they're pretty much the same thing. I don't know if the new shade, though, that she launched is similar to the one that I have already, that I had actually repurchased. And I use that lip crayon so much in the shade Dust. I'm just going to set my under eyes with my Rare Beauty powder. I love this powder. Every time I don't use this, I miss using it. Like on an everyday basis. I don't love using it for when I need my like concealer to last longer. But for days like this, especially in the summertime, because today, holy crap, it is a really hot summer day today. This is probably the hottest day of the summer so far. It's like 95 degrees, but it's also super humid out. So I love this powder for days like this because it's such a lightweight powder and it makes your skin look like airbrushed. It's just so dang pretty. And then for my setting powder, again, I'm just going to go into the Pretty Fresh one. I've talked about this a gajillion times, like my favorite products from ColourPop besides the bronzer this year. I just love it so much. This really makes your skin look airbrushed as well. And it's just such a lightweight powder. I love it. Okay, so now we got that tone. I'm going to use the Do It setting spray again. Just to add some hydration. Ow. Let me just bang myself in the face. And then we're going to go back into the palette. And I'm just going to do the lower lash line and the inner corners. Oh my god, I forgot to spray my brush. You know what? I think it won't be a big deal if I just do it now. I forgot that I used like a blue shade yesterday on my lower lash line because I used the In the Springs palette by ColourPop. Oh my god, I don't know if this is setting spray or foundation I got on my pants, but I don't know why I keep on calling it foundation when it's Tinted Moisturizer, but whatever. It's still the base of your face. That's what foundation means. It's the foundation of your makeup. That's why it's called foundation. So, fun fact. Okay, so for my lower lash line and inner corners, I'm going to take the shade Fleur de Mimosa on my inner corners. It looks like a really pretty yellow shimmer. And then for my lower lash line, I think I'm going to take this peachy color again that I used in my defining to define my crease. And I've been hearing everybody rave about this yellow shimmer, so I'm excited to use it. It just looks like a really pretty shimmery shade. I'm going to take that, and I don't even know what that is on my inner corners right now. Some type of dry skin, I feel like. So I'm going to take that and pop it on. I don't know what is on my inner corners right now. It's driving me nuts. That's really pretty though. So I saw like a couple of reviews of this palette before I, used it, and before I even owned it, because I hadn't owned it yet, but I knew I was going to pick it up eventually. And everybody was saying how much they love this shimmer, and it is very pretty. But it also looks like kind of a similar shade to one of the shades in the Aha Honey palette from ColourPop. And it kind of looks like the pressed glitter that's in there. This isn't a pressed glitter. It's like a really glittery shimmer. It's not a pressed glitter though, but that is super pretty and I really like how that looks. I'm going to have to try it on my lid though to be like, this is really pretty, but so far it's really gorgeous. So no complaints there. And then I'm going to take the shade Calisones, which we used on my crease, and we're just going to put that on the lower lash line. So my mom left for California this morning. She's going to spend a week with my sister because my sister is staying in California for the summertime before she goes back to school, I think at the end of this month. But my sister is getting married next July, and my sister wanted my mom to come out to California to spend time with her and do stuff with her and all of that, to like prepare for the wedding. It would have been nice if I could have went too. I could have asked my mom, can this be my birthday trip? That would have been nice, but I didn't want to impose and all of that because they were going to be gone for a week and I didn't really want to be gone for a whole ass week. I would have only went for like 3 days and then it would have been like, okay, I want to go home now. But also because, my mom has not really been able to spend any time with my sister since last summer because, because of COVID. The last time we saw her and spent like a long amount of time with her was last summer. She was here for 2 weeks. And then she had seen us at Thanksgiving and she was here for, I think, 3 days, like Thursday to Saturday. And I think she left on that Sunday. And then the last time we saw her, she surprised us during Father's Day weekend. And she was here Saturday, Sunday. So that was really fun too. But my mom and my sister have been talking about this trip for like months now. What's funny is that when you actually put this on the lower lash line, it kind of becomes a little bit more pinky toned. So it almost looks like a completely different shade on the lower lash line, but it's kind of really pretty. And I think it added some interest to the look. Okay, I'm going to coat my lashes really quick and then we'll do the rest of the face. Okay, and then for my mascara, I'm going to use the Item Beauty mascara that I got in the Sephora Favorites kit. But so far, I think this palette's really, really pretty. Very impressed by it so far, which I didn't think I wasn't going to like it. And it's just very pretty. I don't think I need any more of the shimmer shade. I think that's good. So she's going to be gone for a week. It's actually a pretty long time for Mom. I'm actually surprised. But she's supposed to be gone until next Tuesday. So she won't be bugging me on what time I'm coming home and all of that. But yeah, it's just interesting that she's gone for that long. So I hope she has fun. And I'm glad, honestly, I'm kind of glad that we had COVID right before she left. Because now she doesn't have to worry about getting sick while she's traveling. Because if she did, she wouldn't be able to come home for 5 days. So I'm actually kind of glad that she doesn't have to worry about getting reinfected or bringing it home and infecting anybody. So that's kind of crazy that how that kind of worked out a little bit better. Even though it did suck, it's a little bit better that it happened now rather than later because, again, it's kind of the perfect time for her to go because now she doesn't have to worry about it. So now I'm just going to do my bottom lashes, then we'll do the rest of the face. Okay, so for the blush today, Why am I so indecisive as to what blush I want today? All right, we're just going to do my bronzer first. Actually, I'm not going to use that one. I want to use my Milani one because I've been using the ColourPop one so much at this point, but I don't use this bronzer past the summertime, really. It's like one of my favorite summer bronzers, so I'm going to use it today. Oh, excuse me. I was kind of torn as to what blush I wanted to use today. I don't want something super orangey, but I also didn't want something like super peachy toned, so I'm not really sure what color I want. I still like the ColourPop one more. It's like crazy how much I love that one compared to any other bronzer now at this point. This used to be my favorite bronzer for a long time, but ColourPop kind of kicking everybody's ass right now. Okay, so which one? You guys obviously can't help me out with this decision, but I think I'm going to use the Buxom one. I think it's so pretty. So this is the shade Mykonos, and I think that's a good choice, right? It's super orange, but whatever. It doesn't translate like super orange on the face. Oh yeah, that's a pretty color. Okay, Caitlin. And these Buxom blushes are so nice. I have this shade and I have the shade Seychelles. It's just very pretty, easy formula to work with. So we're just going to use that. I have so many blushes and I want to use them all the time, but I'm trying to rotate some other ones right now. That's why I'm kind of on a no-buy. But then it's like I still stare at my blush drawer and I'm like, what do I use? I'm sure everybody else has that dilemma, not just me. If you have a more excessive blush collection. Okay, so the highlighter I'm going to be using today is one that I got from Nomad Cosmetics with the sorry. So I'm going to be using this new Nomad highlighter that I got from the order that I placed to get the eyeshadow palette. I got this and the eyeshadow palette. And the highlighter that I had tried from them first was like the golden toned one, and I fell in love with it. I forgot what the name of it is, but I think they're discontinuing these, but they still have them available on the website, and they're only $2.50. Okay, $2.50. I would pay like $20 for this formula though, because I absolutely love the gold shade. So I decided to pick up another shade while they're still available. And this is the Nomad Cindy Bather's Balmoral Beach highlighter. English. I don't know why I keep on calling it Balmoral. It's Balmoral. It's a highlighter, all right? I'm not saying the name again. You obviously can see what it's called, right? It's called Balmoral Beach. Okay, great. Fantastic, Caitlin. You can actually speak for once. Okay, so let's open this up. Freaking dumbass. And this is what the inner packaging looks like. Very, very cute. Really, really like the packaging. I think it's really nice. And I love the little design on it. And then when you open it up, I mean, is this not a Caitlin tone highlighter? I don't know what it is, but it's a stunning peachy color. Like peachy champagne. Almost gives me kind of like champagne pop vibes. So I'm very excited to try this. It looks like such a gorgeous color. When I saw it online, it looked a little dark. So I'm not really sure how it's going to go. I mean, I wasn't really sure like what it was going to look like in person. And this looks a lot lighter in person. So we're going to go ahead and apply this. The Nomad highlighting formula is so super smooth, but it also has this beautiful intensity to it. And you really don't need much. And it's just freaking gorgeous. Look at that. That took like 2 seconds to apply. Oh my god. I'm going to be obsessed with this highlighter. Probably going to wear this a lot. Look how pretty. Oh my god, that's so stunning. I also have to film the last part of my haul. Because I filmed most of it last night, but I wasn't able to finish it because me and my mom were gonna watch Saul at 9, and I didn't finish filming until like 8:55, and I was like, I gotta, go watch the show. But this is so beautiful, you guys. Beautiful formula. Oh my god, that's so pretty. All right, and then we're just going to pick out a lip product. Sorry, I needed to stretch. And then that's it. I started applying the lippy without realizing that I was still filming a video. So the lippy I went with is the Animal Crossing lip crayon from ColourPop in the shade Orange Cutie. Just an easy lip shade to wear today. And I think it goes really nicely with this eye look. It's starting to smell less fruity, though. I don't know if this is getting older now. I mean, these only came out, I think, last summer, so they're only like a year old. It's such a pretty color, though. I'm just going to finish applying it off camera. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes. Really pretty. Really love how this look turned out. The cheeks. The highlighter is stunning. And the lips. So, yeah, so far, I'm really impressed with this palette. I didn't think I was not going to like it. I think that these Nomad palettes are just such an easy formula to work with. Really, really pretty. I'm not sure if I want to add a different liner to my waterline, though, because I'm kind of a little bit underwhelmed by the color I chose, because it's just a nude liner from LA Girl. It's my favorite, but I think I'm going to add this color from ColourPop. Let's see if that... Yeah, I like that a lot more. I needed something just that would tie in the lower lash line a little bit better. And I think that this looks way better. This is the shade Get Lucid. It's one of the metallic liners. Yeah, I think that looks way better. I like how that looks a lot more. I felt like with the LA Girl one, it was a little bit too light for me, but that like definitely tied in the look for me. So that looks really pretty. So yeah, I really like this palette so far. I will definitely use it more and update you guys on my thoughts when I use more of the shades. But so far, it created this really beautiful warm tone sunset eye, and I'm here for it. I think it's beautiful. And obviously, I think the highlighter is stunning. I didn't think I wasn't going to like this because, again, this is not my first round trying Nomad Cosmetics. Like I said, I do have the Whistler Snow Lodge palette and one of the other highlighters that are in this packaging and formula. And I think this is a stunning highlighter. Really gorgeous peachy color. I really, really like how this look turned out. I'm really impressed with absolutely everything that I tried. Sorry, my blush was not blended out all the way on that side. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. I'm not wearing some basic gray shirt today. It's like a not completely short sleeve. It's like kind of like a quarter sleeve, and it has like this lace detailing on the bottom, so it's not like completely monochromatic. It's really cute, and it also has that lace detailing on the back as well, so it's not just like some boring basic shirt. All right, I love you guys. Bye.